my mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. For a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. For a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeding your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause I'd start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Congratulations, one.
I'm gone, so don't run from the truth. You're lost, now I know you played me just like a fluke. I still can't believe you had me on a leash, cutting all my teeth with all the lies you bring. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. you ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown, but we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow.
Hi. Hello. How are you doing? Pray for me. Pray for me. Hey, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Today is November 3rd, 2024. It is 6:39 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Hello, my sweet pearls. It's so good to see you. It's been a long day. The time has changed. Does it seem weird for you guys? What happened to me last night? I fell asleep. I fell asleep. That's what happened. And yep, that's what happened. Where's Hey Jude? I don't know. I don't know. It yeah, it's too dark. Stephanie says, I I don't like the time change. I wish they would stop the time change. Um it's the longest day ever. It's been a very long day. Um and you don't get as much sunshine naturally. And do you guys do the time change in Canada? Canadian? Um and so it just makes everything weird for me. Everything weird. Um I don't like the time change either. They really need. Thank you, Heather. I refuse to let it get me down this year. I am trying, Ginger. I'm trying to, sister. Justin to the office for skipping class. Justin to the office for skipping class. So sorry about that. It's been an eventful day for me. And I think I should have probably stayed in bed today. But you got to get out. You got to get out and keep going. So what I was trying to do when I was my thing messed up here, my intro, when I'm trying to do something else and I'm playing my intro, it stops it. I don't know why, but it stops it. And I'm looking for Micah Miller's mom. She did a kind of a live talking about some things. And so I want to go over that. So there's that. Good to see you all. Hey, Hey, CJ, good to see you, buddy. Take care of yourself. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for all the work you've been out there doing, uh, being boots on the ground. I know that's done it. It's difficult. So yeah. Need to thank a few people before we get started. Reality wins. Thank you so much, my friend. We love you too. Always appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so very much. Uh, really do appreciate you, my friend. Heidi, very sweet Heidi. Can't wait to see your adorable little monkey Justin. Aw, thank you so much. I should have more pictures Tuesday. Supposed to send me more pictures Tuesday. Single mom, thank you so much for 2 continuous months. Really do appreciate you, my love. Been here with you, love. Good to see you, my dear. Hope you're well, single mom. And thank you so much, Catherine. Really appreciate you, my sweetheart. Annette, thank you, honey, for 5 continuous months. Really do appreciate that, Annette. Hope you're well. And who else do we got? Robin up in here. Hey, Robin. Love you and your mod. So kind. Thank you. That means a lot. Truly, really does mean a lot. My mods, I gotta say they're really good, and they make everyone feel welcome, and that's what we try to create here is make everyone feel welcome. So thank you for that. Really appreciate you. Smiley, there you are. I was just over at Smiley's. Y'all please drop Smiley's link. Thank you, Smiley. Really do appreciate you, my friend. She was over there talking on her channel just a minute ago. Thank you so much, Smiley. And Shannon, thank you so much for 9 continuous months. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Much love to you. I am still getting my jaw off the floor from Micah's mom. Thank you so much, Cassie. Good to see you, and thank you for 4 continuous months. I think it's been longer than that. But thank you so very much, my dear. Thank you, Kelsey. Does anyone have that of Micah's mom on? All right, guys, I want to show you something. This is have you heard about Shannon is from yesterday? Sharon, you mean? Yeah, she was in. She was in. She's okay. Thank you, Pickle Me Elmo. Sent you an interesting text about summer lookalike. Yeah, troopers, we were talking about that. Let me see here. Oh yeah. So we did play that yesterday about if that was, summer or not. Personally, and I think Smiley was kind of covering that a moment ago. I don't think it's summer. However, like I said in Smiley's chat just a moment ago, I think there's a lot of summers out there. And regardless, I think this little girl needs to be checked on for sure. If everything that was said in that video is true, and just the video that we saw in general, um, you know, what 7-year-old doesn't have a social security card? You know? Hey, Whispering Wind Sue. Hey, Holly. PJ. Sunset. Tina, good to see you all. Blessed Mom, YouTuber. Hello. The only way you don't have or birth certificate, yes. I emailed you the video of Micah's mom. This was a TikTok video. It's of her showing her face. I got that one. I wonder if she has, sorry, something's making a noise. I wonder if she has one issued, but her mom don't have it actually, the card. I mean, the only way you're not going to have a social security card in America is if you weren't born in a hospital. And I can't imagine a 7-year-old in today's world, unless it was, you know, I was going to say even emergency, right? You're going to go to the hospital, even if you had your, was goodness, there went my camera. Even if, what is going on? You see, it's, I hate it when it does this. 1 second. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I don't know if there's like a short in the wire or something. Something's going on. Thank you so much, Tina. Really do appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. Good to see you. Hindsight. Raw Beanie. Good to see you. Got a secret. I see you. Pink. Shannon. Why wait? Susan. There's the beautiful Ginger. Don't make me get out my members only jacket. Thank you so much. Ginger is funny. Always like to just got here. Did I miss any news? Not yet. Not yet, Dirty Scoop. Hey, Janet. Seems like she would still need a Social Security card if the mother were filing taxes and claiming her as a dependent. Yeah, I can't imagine anybody not having a Social Security number. Where can we see the photo or video of the summer? I'll play it, sure. Truth Sleuth is not here, I don't think. She might be listening. She's been a little busy the last few days, so ooh, Laura might have just sent this to me. Oh, I haven't seen this one, Laura. Thank you so much for sending me that one. Okay, yeah, I'll play the Summer Wells one, not a problem. Let me pop it up here. Okay. This is a video. It's interesting to me how, oh, thank you, EMF. Appreciate that, darling. It's interesting how she goes to the camera. That's what's interesting to me. Shoot, sorry, I was thank you, Castle. Sorry, I muted myself. But there was a video of, what was it? Her this man whooping her or something. And that was taken down. The man is what really bothers me. Okay. All right. And then this is the woman where the child was at the house. And we'll play that. It's just a few minutes long. Shannon, thank you, darling. Appreciate you. The monkeys and freak on. All right, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Story
Thank you,
time.
darling.
I am so sorry that I posted those and didn't add more context. I didn't think that they would blow up or I would have as many responses as I have. I want to make it clear, I do not want to see any fighting in the comments. No fighting. I asked a simple question. Does she look like Summer? That's all. I mean, just opinions. Just give me an opinion without the rest. Okay, so the little girl and her mother came over to play with our dog, and it was getting kind of dark. And the mom just like had diarrhea of the mouth and told me that her little girl's never been in school, never been enrolled. She doesn't have a social security card or a birth certificate for her. She has no documentation or proof that.
Did she lose it? You know, I mean, it sounds like she's kind of, you know, like she's lost everything. So did she just
That's
lose
even
it?
her child. She is 47 years old.
Hold on. Just listen to what she said there, because I kind of.
Or proof that that's even her child. She is 47 years old.
It is, Heidi.
And she claims that Anna is 7. So Summer would be 8. She would have turned 8 in February. I've been looking at pictures. I've been trying to do side by sides, but the deal is that our neighbor found them on a curb. Mom was crying and she put them in a hotel room for 2 nights. Well, after that, she got contacted and said, our stay is up and we have nowhere to go. It was just the mom
Thank you,
and the
CJ.
little girl. So she took them and let them stay in her house. And she had a contract, like you have to look for work. You have to try to get on a social security card and get her in school. And she had all these stipulations. Well, when she came over to my house, I had like just the hair on the back of my neck was just standing up because
That's the one, CJ.
felt
Thank
like
you.
something was wrong. That one, either that's Summer, or 2, like that is not her child. I mean, how come you can't get documentation to get her in school? Like all these red flags, they don't let her around technology, any kind of
Well, it's not even documented. Why isn't she in school? Like, she's 7 years old. Kid's got to be in school. Period. Just the way it is.
Technology. What she was doing in that one is the man, he showed up. Okay, this is getting all over the place. The man shows up from like Missouri and says, and she's like, my boyfriend's in town for a couple days. Can he come stay here? And the neighbor said, yeah, but he has to stay on the front porch. He can't like stay inside. Well, obviously it was daytime during when you guys saw the man in the house. That is not her father. That is her mom's on and off again boyfriend. And after doing some digging, we found out he had 60 plus charges on his criminal history, just that we could find. So
you got to be pretty special to have 60 things on your.
So right when I told my neighbor about that, she gives me the login for her camera in her house while she tells them that it's time to go, because she found this and she started saying off all the charges. And they did. Those videos are when they started packing and trying to get out of the house because they were told a sheriff is going to come, and they didn't want that. After they left, I told the neighbor, my neighbor's young, she's 23. I told her, does she not look like Summer Wells? And she said, who's Summer Wells? And I said, oh my gosh, Google that. And she's like, oh my God, like I can see the resemblance. Like she does look like Summer. But she had no idea about Summer Wells. See, she's young. Like Summer went missing in 2021. So I go back over there and we call CPS in 2 different states. I don't want to tell exactly where I'm at right now, but we called in 2 different states, this state and the state that she said she's running from, which is really a whole other story. If y'all have questions, I guess ask them, and then I can try to get back to y'all, got as much as I can.
Now,
So
I don't know what state it's in. No idea. No idea what state it's in.
Gosh, this is a mess. This obviously wasn't planned out. I don't know if that's Summer. I have a bad feeling either way. She's probably not the woman
She will,
that you
Shannon,
see.
yes.
And I just don't think so. So yeah, we called the authorities in 2 different states. We called the sheriff here. We called they called the sheriff in the town next to us where they were left, and they're looking. CPS is on it in 2 different states. The footage we downloaded from her camera system so we could send it to CPS. So CPS has all the footage that I sent, that I put on TikTok. The sheriffs and CPS do. This was just a fluke deal. My neighbor was just trying to be nice and be a good Samaritan, and I guess she got crapped on and taken advantage of, and we're glad that they're gone, but we are worried about Anna.
Hey, Don, the real
we did make sure that the proper authorities were contacted. And I mean, in every which way, we got together. We've got case reference numbers. We've got everything. So we're hoping that they'll let us know if they find her. I don't know if they would or not, but if they do, like, I'm totally gonna let you guys know what's up. Either maybe it is Summer, or she's a kidnapped little girl and she needs to be with people who love her. She needs to be in school, you know, and she's never been enrolled. She's not homeschooled. It's totally red flags everywhere. I hope I kind of answered all the questions. I'm not sure. If you have any more, just ask and I'll answer to the best of my ability.
Yeah. Well, she's got video. So she's got video. And, you know, just kind of, I guess they snuck away. Regardless, you know, there's a lot of little girls and boys out there that are, you know, that were, you know, I mean, Summer and the boys had a home, even if, you know, it was bad, but they had a home. They don't have nothing. They don't have nothing. And that's really concerning. You know, kids got to have an education. And it seems like she needs to get away from this man. That's what I'm wondering, Brandy. There has to be something. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I saw that smiley. Let me play. This is Whistle Down. I'm gonna put her link in description. She did a side-by-side comparison. Bear with me 1 second. All right. She did a side-by-side comparison, and we'll play this momentarily. Bear with me as I put the music on, and we'll play it. Kind of shows you. Thank you for joining this whistle down. It's oops. I don't think it's her. No. Personally, don't think it's her at all. But I think there's a lot of little blonde hair, and yeah, I just don't see it being, especially like around the mouth and stuff. I don't see it. But that's just me. Regardless, I think it needs to be checked out, and we'll go from there. I personally feel like, and this is just my opinion, you're welcome to have yours, I think something happened to Summer on June 15, 2021. What? I don't know, but in my opinion, I believe the parents know. That's just my opinion. They said she wore a 2T, which is like 30 pounds. I think, in my opinion, Dawn and Candace know. Stephanie, they did. They've all been contacted, all of them. They've all been contacted for sure. Whatever happened to Summer, in my opinion, someone doesn't walk up in a basement and know that a little girl is there alone while there's 2 adults outside, 3 boys upstairs in 3 minutes, and take a kid and 20 dogs. Yeah, exactly. I don't see it. And then wait for some time to call. No. There's Dawn and Candace together have 9 kids, 9 children, 9, and neither one of them have completed raising a child up until the age of 18. Candace has had every single child taken away from her. And there was allegedly CPS there the day before, according to Dawn and Candace. There was CPS there the day before. And the next day she goes missing. I don't buy it. Personally, I don't buy it. They birthed 9 children and haven't raised any. Yep. That's exactly right. Well, kids don't vanish without a trace, and CP is not a secret ninja. No, but I mean, like where Don and Candace live, I have been on that road countless times, a lot of times. It is in the middle of no fucking where. Nowhere. And it is on a dead end road, a 1-lane road. One way in, one way out. Nope. I don't buy it. Summer goes missing as soon as she's ready to enter school. That, yes. Yeah, right before she is getting ready to enter school as well. Yes. Yeah. On a mountain. Yeah. Oh, that's good, Carmelita. Hunter and his mom, Allison. You think so, Light Fawn? I personally don't think so, but that's just my opinion. Candace was giving a minor alcohol and vapes that day. There's just too much there, in my opinion. Just way too much there. Anywho, so Micah Miller's mom, God bless this woman. She's been through hell and back. There's a couple videos that we're going to talk about. Oh, wow. Sheila, I hope you feel better, sweetheart. Rose is missing too. Yeah, 2 people in the family that goes missing. Yeah, that's bizarre. I personally don't think they're related, but it's bizarre. It's very bizarre, right? So this is Micah's mom, and Micah's family has been rock solid in you know your family members, right? And you're going to hear some stuff that is shocking, but she's mainly talking about someone else here, but it's still she does say some things, and we've got another video that we're going to play after this. This case, y'all, if you watched my live the other day, we did like it was a really long live, but we learned so much about this case. The layers, it seems like, never end in this case, because it doesn't matter if you are, and this is my opinion, close to JP. There is a lot of history. A lot. Without further ado, let's get started.
Hi, I am Micah, Francis's mother, and I'm here to make a video in response to a Mr. Eric. I had contact with him. Mr. Eric had reached out and said that he was willing to help our family if we needed any help for an investigation. when he sent me a private message, I had saw it, but I didn't respond to it because a lot of people were reaching out to the family and we were overwhelmed with it. And I personally was not in a place where I could respond. Okay. So when I got to that place in my healing and my counseling and all that stuff, it was on August the 6th, I reached out to everyone on Facebook and said, look, there was an investigator, some guy from Florida. He had reached out. Does anybody know who this could be? And everybody started blowing me up saying, it's this person. Could it be this person? And pretty soon, within minutes, it was like, oh, it's Eric Z out of Florida. I was like, thank God, that's the one. That's the one. So I reached out to him. I found his information. I reached out to him on the 6th at 11:43 in the afternoon. And I just kept reaching out, blowing up his phone. At 4:45, he responded to me. And my notes, see, I have notes. I keep notes. I'm very, very detailed on my notes. So I say here, it was a Wednesday. Mr. Eric made contact with me by text because I had texted and called his cell. We are talking tomorrow after my counseling appointment. He said he had already did an investigation and spoke with Michael, which is Micah's father. I did not know this. I had no clue that he had had any
Now, we've seen Micah's father. Micah's father was on News Nation.
interaction with any of my family. Okay? Michael Francis did not tell me this. Michael Francis didn't tell any of us this. I asked if he told me what he had done. He said he had gone there. He had done an investigation. There was nothing he could do. They didn't find anything because the people there, the witnesses, had been talked to so many times, they were scared to talk. He said that the investigation was such a muck and the whole area was just, there's no way that their team could get a proper investigation done. That broke my heart, okay? But I didn't stop. I continued to beg him. Believe me, I begged him. I cried to this man because I had respect and I was honoring him and respecting him, and I was begging. You talk about a mother crying. I was crying and begging, Mr. Eric, could you please come back and do a second investigation? Please.
So what she's going to talk about here in just a moment. CJ, I don't know if you know anything about this or not, but they are alleging that North Carolina completely screwed up Micah's case. Completely screwed it up. Just botched it. Also, remember, Mica was cremated. Wanted that done quick, huh? Guess he wanted that done quick, in my opinion, at least.
I asked if he had seen the pictures from the morgue. He said he hadn't seen them, but that he did know about them. He just didn't request them out of respect. I asked him to send me an agreement to sign so that we could have confidentiality. He said he would email me, and then he said email him and he'll send me something. And then in parentheses, I said, God, I am so excited about tomorrow. Please bless this man. Then at 3:30, Eric Z emailed me the forms and I signed them and sent them back. Okay. The next day, on the 8th, which is a Thursday, August the 8th, talked with Eric. It says, Eric told me, go to the license board of ME because she did not do her duty as an ME. Yeah, she did not. There was no autopsy done for my daughter. Yeah, they did. They major screwed up in North Carolina.
Listen to that.
Go to the license board of ME because she did not do her duty as an ME. Yeah, she did not. There was no autopsy done for my daughter.
No autopsy, nothing. What the hell? What the hell? I mean, this was just wham bam, thank you, ma'am, out the door. She did it. And let's cremate her. Catherine, this is Micah's mom, and she's talking about obviously her daughter's case there, honey. And she's talking about police. She's talking about some private.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they major screwed up in North Carolina. He confirmed that. Because no autopsy was done,
Listen to
poor
that.
investigation, because she did not do her duty as an Emmy. Yeah, she did not. There was no autopsy done for my daughter. Yeah, they major screwed up in North Carolina. He confirmed that. Because no autopsy was done, poor investigation done, that his office, his group, they can't do anything anymore. There's nothing that they could do. It would be a waste of time for him to bring his team back and do a second investigation at the location where Micah's body was found, because it was so messed by the North Carolina Police Department. There had been too many people in and out, blah, 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 blah. Then Eric said he's willing to answer any questions. He's willing to guide me if I need it, but that they can do no more. So I have not messaged him. I have not spoken to him. I have not done anything.
Family not even invited. And I don't believe she did this. And after hearing what's his name, Robbie Harvey on X, him speaking about how he got a call, it was like a fake call with JP. I think it was allegedly him sounding like he was going to unalive himself. It was a fake call. So, in my opinion, even if she did this, in my opinion, she felt trapped. Was he taken in the FBI raid? Nope. But I am 95% certain I know why Michael went to Tucson. Yeah, well, we looked at that when she went to buy the pew pew the other day. 20 minutes later, there's a Ford truck, black in color, pulls right up, starting to go in the parking lot, backs out, and goes straight down the road. And now we know that old JP, he's been switching out things on his truck to make it look different. The bumper, the tailgates, the rims, all of that. It goes beyond our Johnny JP. There is so much I cannot. This reminds me, I always say it, of the Lori Chad Daybell without the kids, but with, I feel like, the bodies, in my opinion, piling up, and the religion, but he has more money than, Chad and Lori.
Since August the 8th. So today, imagine my surprise when I wake up to Mr.
So
Eric
much.
Z talking trash about me, saying that
And the
I
Murdochs.
was
Yeah.
leaking information, that I was leaking secret, classified through the, according to our settlement or whatever, that I was doing wrong and saying wrong things. The only thing that I'm not allowed to talk about is the money. That's it. That's the only thing
Amanda,
I'm
we
not allowed
talked
to talk
about
about.
her just the
I
other
can
day.
say that JP's ugly and his mama dresses him funny, and he can't do nothing about it. Straight from the attorney, right? Those are words, right? So don't come at me as a mother, a heartbroken mother who has finally found my voice.
Remind me
And
to
I'm
play it in a little
finally
bit.
reaching out to say, what's going on? What can we do for justice for my daughter? You better come at me loaded. You got it? Come at me with the right information. And yesterday, I
Don't
leaked
blame her.
nothing. That USC 2261, that was on Fitz News, brother. That was on Fitz News. I was sitting on a live podcast yesterday for the first time in my life,
Yep, I got
talking
that.
about my daughter, blessings, and how beautiful she was. And then this live came on, and then I watched live the feds raiding JP's house. And then that was it. And then you want to come at me? You better be ready. You better be ready. And you better know you better know your stuff, because from what you've been saying this morning, you do not know what you're talking about, brother, Mr. Investigator, Mr. I've got a license and I'm a professional, and you're going to attack a mother, a grieving mother? Have you lost your damn mind? So don't come at me. Don't come at me unless you're ready. And you better bring a truckload with you. That's all I got to say. So thank you to all of you that have helped my family and have been there for my family and are helping us to seek justice. Thank you. Thank you. Because this is all about Mica. Folks have got their minds on other things. We need to bring it back to ground zero. This is about Mica. So thank you. And I love you all. Ciao. Mwah.
God bless her. God bless this woman. Lisa, thank you so very much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Thank you, my dear. There is another one here that I was sent just a moment ago, and I want to play it. Bear with me 1 second. Here it is. Okay. She's really upset in this one. I have not seen this one. Does she? Is this her channel?
You know, my dad is having surgery today, just an in and out procedure. And, you know, I have my Mica ducks that I had bought. And, you know, my dad was just so tickled, you know, getting to share the Mica ducks with the nurses and stuff. And it was so hard, you know, since Micah's death. Basically, I've just stayed hidden in my home. You know, I don't get out. And I have a hard time expressing what I'm feeling.
It's hard,
You know,
man.
today, it actually came out where I was just talking to my husband, and I was sharing with him how, you know, when you become a mother, you know, every person has a soul.
God, it is, Amanda.
Each individual
Yes,
person
skip.
has a spirit, man. But you know, as a mother, when you give birth to a child, it's like part of your spirit, man, goes with that person, you know? And it's like your spirit, man, separates. And I have 7 beautiful, beautiful, beautiful kids. So I'm basically
terrible.
My spirit man is not whole. And this has been very hard. Micah's death has been very hard on our family. And I know that a lot of people have wanted to do
Yes, Jen.
interviews with me, and they want to hear the mother speak, and I've been very quiet because it's been difficult, on top of the attacks, against my family and my husband, but to all the other moms and dads out there that have lost one of your children, my heart, I feel you, and I understand your pain, and your void, and I don't know how to heal that part of me. And I know that'll only come from the Lord. I know. That's where my strength comes from. It's where my energy comes from. It's where my life comes from. I just feel lost. So, just Sam, you're not my child, but I love you. Thank you for the ducks, the Mica ducks. And thank you for creating a venue, a way of sharing Micah's love with complete strangers by this beautiful little wee duck. And to my children, I love you. I miss you all, and I pray you guys are all doing great.
You can't even breathe.
Friends
God, it's just...
that have been there for me. When someone dies, people don't call. People don't know what to say. And then you self-isolate. And it just makes things worse and worse, So I don't know what's worse, self-isolating or having to get out in the world
Gotta tell y'all something.
and see the traffic going by and see everybody going about their day, knowing that Micah, she can't do that anymore.
Yes, in the bushes. You're exactly right. Well stated.
So don't waste your day. Love on everybody. Be kind to everybody. Smile, especially to the grumpy people, because you don't know what their heart is going through. God's blessings to everyone. Ciao.
God bless that woman. God bless her. And there is too many people. Oh, that's rough. Man, that tore me up. Trying to get justice for Micah. And in my opinion, Micah is not the only one that needs justice. 2 days after his house was raided by the FBI and not showing up for church today, John Paul Miller is seen with his alleged girlfriend, Susie Skinner.
And Susie Skinner.
Didn't
right
go to
there.
didn't go to church
One of
today.
the McAllisters. He sees my camera.
So Daddy's gonna see him.
Yep.
He's gonna have a heart.
JP and Susie Skinner.
There's a rumor that they are now married, according to a ancestry website. Oh, Robin, I started working on. I'm not even familiar with. Huh. Okay, let me take a screenshot. Amber Biglina's case. I'm not even familiar with this, CJ. I'll look at it though for sure. That's what people are saying. There was a video. People are wanting to listen to this 911 call again. Allegedly, people are saying you can hear something in the background. Maybe it's this one.
Hi, it's me. I said I was never going to make another video on this, but then again, I took my ex back 17 times, and here we are. So we're talking about the 911 call with Micah Miller. Definitely heard fair bluff, very soft and quick in the background, a little bit before Micah says it. Okay, I talk on country music radio. I was just playing around with this because I like true crime.
Thank you. It's me, Jen.
Here's
Thank
the
you, my love.
911 call. I don't hear it, but then again, I have talked on the radio for 20 years and I've worn headphones for a very long time. So I'm going to use the headphones for this, and then I will turn it up for you guys here. This is...
Where's the park located at?
In
Bear Bluff.
Okay, I'm going to turn it up for you because I don't hear anyone in the background at all. Actually, we'll put it in mono. Let's do that. So
people are saying they hear fair bluff, very soft and quiet in the background a little bit before Micah says it.
Let's put it in mono. We're going to turn it up like this. All right.
Where's the park located at?
in
Bear Bluff.
I think I just heard it. Hold on. What? Guys, I heard it. Right there. Right there. Oh, it's too much. I think y'all were right. That's wild.
in
You can hear it.
Heard it.
You can hear a man.
This call is very heartbreaking.
Let's see here.
Robeson County 911. What's the address of your emergency?
Hi, are you able to trace the location of my phone?
Let me see. You don't know where you're at?
In National Park.
What's the phone number you're calling me from?
843-655.
I don't know, Holly.
5242.
Where's the park located at?
Yes. Micah's call.
In Bear Bluff.
Let's see.
You hear it right there. I just heard it right there.
I have my location on, I think, on my phone. Find my phone is on. I just did my my location.
Okay, I'm showing. Hold on 1 second.
Hey, Sam. What was she, 60 feet away from her pew-pew?
I don't think you are in Robeson County.
I mean, there's been a lot of people who've criticized the 911 lady, saying, why not try to talk her out of it, or make a different decision, or whatever, keep her on the phone until. But I don't know. That's a hard. I'm not going to criticize, but I'm not going to criticize.
Yeah, the Lumber River State Park.
Yeah, that's where I am.
She did.
Okay. Tell me what's happened.
I'm about to myself, and I just want my family to know where to find me.
I don't have it.
Okay, ma'am. Just listen to what I'm saying, okay? Let me make sure I got the exact location where you're at, okay? Just 1 minute. Robeson County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I just can't, I'm just telling you that what bothers me is Micah and God, I'm trying to think of my mind's what's the gentleman in the wheelchair who died? They were both found in water. Allegedly, JP and her was seeing each other since 2021. Chris, thank you. I should know that. Skinner. Chris Skinner. And 2 weeks before, Chris allegedly told JP, stay away from my kids and my wife. And then he has this tragic accident. It sure does, baby kisses. Sure does justice for Kylo. And then 20 minutes after Micah leaves, this truck pulls in the place where she bought the pew-pew and backs out and goes down the road. And we know that JP's been switching up things on his truck. I can't get with it, y'all. I can't. Like, that's really, really, really bad. No way in hell. Sorry. They said he wouldn't even just allegedly tortured her. Poor woman. So Micah Miller's estate documents claim abuse attempts to hide assets. Does this boil down to money? She went to the park, but she didn't know where she was. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I think she went there by herself. I mean, I think she went there. Was it a setup? I don't know. Did he drive her to doing this? I don't know. Flash drive, game over. But I don't believe in that many coincidences. I just don't. I don't believe in that many coincidences. So let me play this real quick.
If you're
1 second. Got some different ones we're going to play here. So
We are continuing our coverage on the death of Micah Miller, the wife of Solid Rock Church pastor John Paul Miller.
I don't believe
was found dead in Lumber River State Park in Robeson County on April 27th. According to the county medical examiner, Micah died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
And today we did obtain documents from the Horry County Probate Court through a Freedom of Information Act request, and they show that Micah's younger sister applied to be the special administrator of her estate rather than her husband.
The affidavits from Micah's brother and sister outline their concerns regarding her death and estate in the days following her death. ABC 15's Joel Vasquez is working for you tonight, looking into these documents. Joel?
Jen Connor, Micah's sister, Sierra Francis, claims in her affidavit that Micah told her about abuse and violence from John Paul. Now, court documents confirm John Paul was served divorce papers on April.
He, in my opinion, truthfully, like, she was young when this started, and now JP's other ex is coming out saying that he has been interested, and there's text about younger.
April 25th, just 2 days before Micah died. Now, Sierra says Micah believed people were following her and that John Paul had hired people to keep track of her where she went. Also in the affidavit, Sierra says that Micah was fearful that she would not make it to the divorce and that her life would be taken from her. Now, Sierra,
she filed divorce 48 hours? Thank you, Lori. 48 hours? And then less than 48 hours, actually. And she's dead, I think, about when Court TV episode about the FBI opening up financial investigation into JP 1 week and a half after FBI don't announce public right away. Think about when the Court TV episode about FBI opening up financial investigations into JP. CJ, have you seen about JP's father? Oh my God. We were reading stuff about that the other night. Lord, like father, like son.
Sierra testified Micah told her, quote, "If I end up with a bullet in my head, it was not me, it was JP." Now, according to the affidavit from Micah's brother, Nathaniel Francis, he received multiple emails forwarded to him by Micah and John Paul. Nathaniel's affidavit states that in one of those emails, he says John Paul apologized for damaging her vehicle, saying that he was angry at Micah because she put her family before him, making him want to hurt.
Thank you so much, Tina. Someone who's gonna unalive themselves, don't tell anyone. They usually just don't. If they do, they usually leave a note, or they just don't care. You know what I mean? At that point, but
hurt her.
I just don't think she's gonna do it. I mean, I feel like she finally felt like she had taken that initiative to free herself from this guy once and for all that had been going on for years.
So in the court documents, Sierra said Mica told her that John Paul was moving assets from his name, like his car and their house, to the church. Now, online records for Horry County show that their home was transferred from John Paul to Solid Rock Ministries last December. We have reached out to John Paul's attorney for comment, and we're still waiting to hear back. Jen, Connor?
Joelle, thank you. John Paul Miller has not been arrested or charged with any crimes related to Micah Miller's death. To read the full affidavits, you can find that right now on our website at WPD.com. And if you
County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
Hi, are you able to trace the location of my phone?
Let me see. You don't know where you're at?
At National Park.
What's the phone number you're calling me from?
Damn it, I was muted. Shit. Sorry. Shit. Sorry. Mother chicken. Ugh. Now it's a party. There we go. Yeah, it calls for a do-over. Thank you. Mute number 2. But who's counting, right? Who's counting? So, okay. Sierra said Micah believed people were following her, and John Paul had hired people to keep track of her where she went. Sierra added John Paul later confirmed this information during a sermon she watched per the affidavit. Now, let's think of that. Let's think of that for one moment. Let me take this thing off. Look at the day she bought the Pew Pew, right? That truck. Think about that truck that pulled in Do I still have that thing up? Yes, I do. She bought this pew pew 20 minutes later, y'all. Watch this. It's going to pull in right here, and it's going to back up, and it's going to go forward. See it? Right there. See the shadow. Now it's going to back up. Exactly. Look at there. Look at there. Right? And that was and we got right here. This is April 27th. Now look here, August 15th, there's a chrome bumper. August 21st, chrome bumper. August 26th, 5 days later. Look at there. Black bumper. Also notice the rims. Silver, right? Look here. Boy been changing. Changing. That's screwed up. I think that's a lot of the reason they was. Thank you, CJ. Good to see you, buddy. Okay, likewise, brother. Likewise. He blacked out the truck. Well, you know, if you're looking at, for instance, looking for surveillance, and then you see, you know, the rim's different. Oh no, the bumper's different. That's different than his bumper. Can't be him. Well, they went back and looked again. These are highly customizable, right? But, you know, not only that, look at this right here. See, it's not silver here. Right here, it's black. Right? Look here. Silver. And let me tell you something. These panels are so easy. So easy to change. Even I can do it. Because I've done it. I did it on my Land Rover that I had before. Crafting and true crime. Thank you, lovely. Can't wait to meet her. You mean, oh, the monkey? Is that what you mean, the monkey? Thank you, darling. Appreciate you. Can't either. Yes, time changes to OBS. I agree. Outdoorsy are in. You can also go switch out the tailgate. Yeah, but I mean, just think of how many custom, like, you can switch the, you know, the tailgate. You can switch the bumper. You can switch the there went my damn camera again. You can switch the, what is it? The rims in so many different combinations. Watch just the lighting. What's the exact same graphical case? Justin, you had a lot of experience with vehicles. That's I've had a lot of vehicles. He's so busted. I'm sorry. I know I'm busted. Please show us the side of the gas station truck and the Pew Pew truck. Show us the side of the gas station truck. Oh, this is another thing. The stickers. Let me see if I can find it. There was something about these stickers. Let me see if I can. She had her work uniform on and then she changed. I don't understand it. Harvey also noted that as the truck left the frame of the surveillance camera, 2 stickers are seen in the back window, located in the same place as stickers on the back of Miller's truck. Look at there. This is Miller's truck. 20 minutes, guys. 20 fucking minutes. Now look at that. Right here is Miller's truck. Right? He's got a cross here and whatever that is there. Look at there. Same one that pulled out. A wop badaloo bop, a wop bam boom. Couldn't that be Silver's piece magnetic? It's not magnetic, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it's not magnetic. You just really pop it out. He does still preach. Did they hold service in church? They did have service today, but guess what? He was not there. You gotta, in my opinion, you gotta be real down the rabbit hole, drinking the Kool-Aid if you are still in that church. Oh, crafting. I'm sorry. The time change kind of makes us all drag. Even though we're getting an hour of sleep, it's just different. Hello, Eileen. Thank you so much. Guidance, did you want to call in? You can call in. He's disgusting, and that's, yeah. First time he hasn't been there in a long time, too. Well, yeah. It's a little cray-cray, isn't it? It's a little cray-cray. What was I going to show you guys? I was trying to see what somebody was saying about it's the same. I think it was Skip to My Lou or Crack a Cold Case. I think it was Crack a Cold Case was saying something is the same. Yes, same truck, but I don't think it's been altered. What do you mean you don't think it's been altered? This is the truck on Silver, right? And it's here's another one. Silver. I think that they got out, and here it is with the black. And there's the 2 stickers. And of course his license number with the chrome. Here it's got chrome wheels. Looks like a silver bumper to me, but the black tailgate there, but it's got the 2 stickers. Justin, can you show the side-by-side photo of the Pew Pew truck and gas station truck? What's the Pew Pew truck and the gas station truck? Oh, when Micah was at the gas station? theory. JP asked to meet her. The 911 call was a forced or fake. JP Church Elder played a huge part, and he made herself. There's way more there. I think there is. He uses protectors on his bumper and tailgate. I'm sorry, Black Skies. The truck and the pawn shop and the one at the gas station, I think they are asking. The truck at the pawn shop? Well, I just showed this is the one at the pawn shop. Hold on. Micah Miller. Let me see here if it'll play it like this. Okay, here we go. Is there a way to make these things bigger?
Gas at this gas station in Mullins. You can see that truck pull in. He turns around and he's going to pull right out onto the same road he just pulled off of.
Right there. Right there. Watch.
Micah stops for gas at this gas station in Mullins. You can see that truck pull in.
That one's got a black bumper, black tailgate.
He turns around and he's going to pull right out onto the same road he just pulled off of. He's basically just turned around. Just make a mental note of that. Now you can see Micah's car over there. She gets out of her car for a bit, and then she gets in her car and she drives over to the gas pump to get gas. Now, while she's getting gas, well, first she's got to go in to pay for it. Now, while she's in there paying for gas, keep an eye out for our little friend. He's going to come up the side road here in just a minute. There he is. And you must be wondering how he got back there.
Hold on. That's a different truck.
When that's not the road that he turned out onto. And that's because
That's a different truck.
there's a square loop. You can see it in the overhead there. So now he comes down that road and he takes a left onto it instead of making a right.
Different truck, I think.
Now you can see Micah coming out after paying for her gas. Now she's going to stand here and get gas for a minute. Just keep watching. Now in a minute you're going to see a familiar friend come on the screen. So all you have to do is look for the yellow circle. Now remember that truck came up the side road, but he turned left this time. And there he is again, coming back down the road after having turned left onto it. Do you think he'll do another loop?
Thank you so much, Cassie. How was he able to get a pew-pew with mental health problems? South Carolina, they have probably, very similar to my state, probably the least strict pew pew laws. I mean, my state, you can go in, you do a background check, and you leave with it. So I don't know about. With you, Eddie. Yeah, I mean, that's how it is here. You have an ID, and you can't, as long as you're not a felon, you can, because it's called a straw purchase. I mean, here, I'm a pew pew owner, so when I went and bought mine, I just gave them my ID, and they did they call the FBI and do a background check thingy, and you walk out with it.
So after she gets gas, she gets back in her car and she leaves. The video stops, so I don't know if the truck ever looped back around. But
in Kentucky, you don't need a permit to conceal. So I have my concealed weapons permit. You have to do a class. I took the class with a couple police officers that offer it.
But what do you think? Do you think it's J.P. Miller's truck? Or one of the church's trucks or church's vehicles? Sure, you're both following me and bookmarking this so you can find your way back. We're just getting started.
Extended footage was just released of the final hours of Micah Miller's life.
1 second, I'm gonna.
Including
Can't hardly hear her.
visuals from the pawn shop and visuals from the gas station. There have been
All right, honey, you gotta speak up. Did on the gas side. Video proof of what Micah did on the side of the gas.
We now know.
I'm going to try to debunk some of the speculation going around about the trucks that seem to be circling around the gas station while Micah Miller is getting gas. Here's truck 1. Look at the window right here.
We now know what happened to Micah Miller when she stopped
What
at
the
that gas
hell?
station on her way to Lumber.
I don't think they're the same, personally.
Micah stopped for gas, which again is odd. Why would you fill up your tank if your plan was to take your moments later? But she stopped for gas and she stopped to get a drink.
I mean, I'm not gonna fill up with gas if that's what's coming out. You know what I mean? Like if that's what I'm planning on doing, no.
Before she ended up in that park. And you've been able to speak to the person who might be the last person to speak with her and see her alive.
Yeah, so this is in Mullins, South Carolina, which is about, I believe, about 40 minutes from here. It's also out of the way from if you're going a straight line to get to this state park in North Carolina. But I went there. I talked to the owner. I asked him, what she did. She basically came there for 10 or 15 minutes. He said she got an energy drink. But let's hear it in his own words.
Her car was parked over here, and she used the restroom and pull up and just come around and pull up over here to this pump.
That's where she got gas.
Yes.
She was here about like 10 or 15 minutes?
Somewhere there.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at the video, it tells all the time, how long she stayed. Yeah, I can say approximately 10, 15 minutes.
And nothing struck you as unusual?
Nothing. Not at all.
Did she look like she was waiting for somebody here?
No. I don't know. She got the drink, came outside, used the restroom, the party powder, got her gas, and she was left.
Just an ordinary day?
Nothing special, nothing, like just a regular day, regular thing.
Now, there's several things that are weird about this, actually. Number one is that it's in Mullins, South Carolina, which if you go from here, Myrtle Beach, to Lumber River State Park, it's like 25 minutes out of the way, additionally. So why go there, number one, if you're going to Lumber River State Park?
Micah stopped for gas, which again is odd. Why would you fill up your tank if your plan was to take your moments later? But she stopped for gas and she stopped to get a drink before she ended up in that park. And you've been able to speak to the person who might be the last person to speak with her and see her alive.
Yeah, so this is in Mullins, South Carolina, which is about, I believe, about 40 minutes from here. It's also out of the way from if you're going a straight line to get to this state park in North Carolina. But I went there. I talked to the owner. I asked him, what she did. She basically came there for 10 or 15 minutes. He said she got an energy drink. But let's hear it. Let's hear it in his own words.
Her car was parked over here. Yep. And she used the restroom and pull up and just come around and pull up over here to this pump.
That's what she got, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
She was here about like 10 or 15 minutes?
Somewhere there.
Okay.
That's odd. Very, very odd. Huh. Got the affidavit here somewhere. She was even moving her. Here's the affidavit. Okay. All right. Let's look at this, y'all. She was planning on going to Africa. Yeah. Yes, Brandy. Yes. She was like moving furniture or something like that. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate you, my love. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. JP, no, JP has not been arrested yet. ... Yet. Micah confided in me that Mr. Miller was moving assets that were in his name, such as vehicle, changing the deed to the house, to the church, transferring interest in Crocodile Rock to one of his sons. You can't be doing that when you're getting a divorce. That's highly frowned upon. That's why you get a forensic accountant. If you are divorcing someone, get a forensic accountant. That way you can track their shit and make sure that they are not stiffing you one bit. The more you know. Sorry. Okay. Micah told me that they were people following her, keeping track of her or where she went. She thought that Mr. Miller hired people to follow her. Mr. Miller later confirmed that in the sermon I watched. I wonder if we can find that somewhere. JP John Paul Miller says he follows Micah. I wonder if that'll do it. Okay. Let me try this. Look at the, ooh, what's this? Damn. She told her family in affidavit. Francis also said that her sister warned family members, quote, if I, yes, yep. He admitted to it in the News Nation interview too, and that's when he stopped. The plane was sold. It was sold. No, that's not it. Sorry. That's not the one I wanted. But still doesn't mean you can't ride in it. I've been watching that
now.
thing.
This video is really odd and uncomfortable. And well,
I think he likes to relive these things. Like when he talked about the lame person getting, that was at the well, he said the pool. He said all he had to do was roll over. That went through me.
well, anyways, just take a look.
So here's Bachelor 1. Okay, Bachelor 1 is this. I love you and I want to marry you. And the Bible says that love is not rude. So I'm not going to be rude to you. I want to be rude to you, but I'm not going to. The Bible says that I can't beat you or hit you. The Bible says I can't commit adultery. The Bible says I cannot lie or steal. Now I think about doing all those things, but I'm not going to because that would be wrong.
Oh, this mother chicken. Can you believe that?
The Bible says I need to be patient with you. I don't want to be patient with you at all. But I'm going to be, because the Bible says that that's what I need to do. Okay, that's bachelor number one. Here's bachelor number two. Whenever you sing, it's more beautiful than the sunrise. Whenever you laugh, it fills my heart with joy.
He's a
When you walk into a
dickweed.
room, I can't see anybody else. Because you're the most beautiful, enthusiastic, hardworking, kind woman I've ever met. You'll never have to worry about me ever leaving you. I will never leave you nor forsake you, because I'm madly in love with you. I would give my life to save your life. And so I want to spend all of eternity with you. Which bachelor do you think she wants? Okay, listen. Jesus is saying this to you.
He's so
When you
fake.
sing to me, it's more beautiful than the sunrise.
Yes,
When
he
you
does.
laugh, it fills me with more joy than when I created the galaxies. You never have to worry about me ever leaving you or forsaking you, because I did give you my life so I could spend all of eternity with you. When you're faithless, I will be faithful, because I am madly and passionately in love with you. Now, who do you want to marry? Do you want to marry the law, or do you want to marry Jesus? Listen, Jesus wants to marry you and live happily ever after. Amen. Okay, you did good. Let's get it on. Okay.
What an idiot this guy is. He is just sickening. Just sickening. Hold on, I want to address it. John Paul makes bizarre announcement to his wife. This is the one, maybe.
At the end of service and after giving his sermon, this pastor makes a bizarre announcement.
We're not going to do an altar call today. Instead, I'm going to have you stand up, and I'm going to make an announcement.
No, we've already seen that one. Here it is.
In weeks leading up to the death of Micah Miller,
This is
Pastor
where he
John
talked
Paul
negative.
Miller spoke on a regular basis
Negative.
negatively about his wife. Take a listen.
My wife was in the hospital. I looked at her phone, and I counted over the past 2 years 18 people who had texted her and said, if you ever want to talk about your husband, you can talk to me and say anything, and I'll keep it confidential. Why the heck does somebody want to hear what somebody else says about their spouse? And 2 of those 18 were men. I thought, what? And I was thinking, when I read that, I thought,
He is so jealous, and he is doing this to shame her. Why do you want to say that in front of your congregation, sir? Why are you putting your marriage stuff out there between God and everyone? Oh my God, this man. Oh Lord, help me, Jesus. I'm about to flip.
Mark Cassidy, he's one of our elders here, and Jackie, she oversees our New Testament discipleship. Could you see Mark calling another woman and saying, you know what, I just want to tell you some things about my wife I don't like? Or could you see Jackie calling a woman or a man, either one? No, if someone wants to call you and say bad things about somebody else, that's a demon talk.
Meanwhile, this guy has allegedly been having an affair with another woman since 2021. Oy vey.
Talking to you, and the only way to respond is with the word of God.
Going through 2 years worth of messages on his wife's phone, the pastor seems frustrated that people would reach out to talk to her about him. And the questionable remarks, whether directly or indirectly, didn't stop there.
Pride and mental illness, or I think mental illness is probably the most horrible thing we can face in our bodies. And
All he
pride is
does
probably the
is
most horrible thing we
talk
can face in
about
our spirits. And here's why. when you're mentally ill, it's the one sickness you have that you don't know you're sick. And you have to trust people around you because you're saying, no, they're lying to me. They're telling me I need medicine. I don't need medicine, because the thing that's sick is your mind, and your mind is what you need to realize that you're sick. One day I'm going to preach about getting rich, strong, healthy, and finding a hot wife that loves Jesus. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just kidding.
What?
That was wrong. I told you I shouldn't be here today. I told you. Last year, my wife, they went to Africa, had a wonderful trip, amazing trip. And she came back with the idea to start a school in Africa.
What?
And 6 weeks ago, she goes in the hospital, gets out, and just leaves. Just completely leaves me, leaves everything, drains the bank account.
Don't blame
and
her.
Goes. Guess what? While you're talking bad about me out there, I'm building a school in Africa for over 100 kids to be able to be fed.
And the pastor makes it very clear to his church on multiple occasions
He's a snot
that
rocket.
every time someone rises up against him,
Snot rocket.
God blesses him.
3 years ago, when the elders walked out on me and got so upset about stuff, the city of Myrtle Beach called us and they said, you guys just won the best house of worship award, #1 church in all of Myrtle Beach. I thought, I didn't even know that. I said, how does that happen? They said, we phone call, we poll people all through the community. We look on social media, we see what people are saying, all these different things. And y'all got first place. Oh, that's so cool. 2 years ago, when we started the school and people started giving me all kinds of problems and headache and things behind the scenes that had nothing to do with the school at all, got upset, stabbed me in the back. Myrtle Beach called us again. Guess what? Y'all got best church of the year 2 years in a row. That's amazing.
I wonder if they took
You
it.
can't keep me down. You're putting fuel in my plane. And guess who's not going to be in the plane? My enemies. You have to take a taxi if you want to get there. And I pray for you, my enemies. I pray that you come to a place of repentance. I pray that you realize you're not hurting me. You're hurting the kingdom of God.
And in this sermon, the pastor preaches that it's wrong for people to rise up against religious leaders.
So long story short, Korah gets 2 other guys that are leaders in the church with him. Those 3 leaders then get 250 Israelite leaders, and they begin to rebel against the leadership of Moses. You say, what did Moses do wrong? That's not the point. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What matters is the hierarchy of how God had it set, and they're rising up against him because Satan loves to use disgruntled people. If you knew every single thing about me, everything I've done wrong, you probably wouldn't be here today, and you probably wouldn't want to be my friend.
And finally, and possibly the most important one, the sister of Micah Miller made this Facebook post on March 17th. It says, I was sitting in church today when I received a text message. Usually I don't check my phone and I keep it on silent. But with everything going on with my sister, I've made it a point to try and keep an eye on it for fear of her safety due to others' behaviors towards her. To no surprise, it was a message about what was said from the pulpit today in Myrtle Beach at her church. I have so much sadness that someone could take the position that was hopefully given to them by God and use it for their own benefit, abusing God's gift of free will. Though she doesn't speak specifically about what was said in the message, here's what I believe she was talking about.
A friend of mine that's a pastor called me last week, and one day on a Monday, his wife told him that he was the greatest husband in the world, that she loved her life and she was so appreciative. The very next day, something happened and she left. And he didn't know where she went. She just left, left all of her things, left everything she had, everything she worked for, everything. He didn't know what to think. He had no idea what was going on. So he hired a third-party service to find her and see where she was living and that kind of stuff. And they did. And last week they turned in all of their evidence to his lawyer, and he discovered that she had left him for one of his staff members, a young man that he had trained and to learn how to preach. That he had shared his pulpit with him. A young man who the pastor had paid to go to Bible college, gave him a job. He worked hand in hand with the pastor. And in one fleeting moment, the pastor lost his wife and his good friend all at the same time. When he saw the information over at the lawyers, he started to throw up, just throw up one trash can, second trash can, a third trash can, and he just started to dry heave. He couldn't believe what he saw was the
You make me dry.
most horrible image and worst thing you could ever imagine. The lawyer drew up the divorce papers. The lawyer told him and said, you have everything you need now. You can be divorced in 3 months. And you'll never have to see her again. You won't have to give her a dime. There's far more than enough information to take care of everything. The pastor said, give me the papers, draw them up. They got all the paperwork ready. They put the pen in his hand, and he just couldn't sign the paper. They said, but don't you see everything, and don't you understand? And he called a lot of the elders, and they
Thank you,
supported.
Kristen.
If he wanted to leave her, just leave her. This is it. For some reason, he just couldn't do it. And so he went home and he wrote her a letter.
Not the ones I
And all he said was,
have seen.
I forgive you for what you've done. And I already forgive you for whatever you're going to do. Whenever you want to be restored, just call. And if you want a divorce, you'll have to leave me, because the Bible says, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. He left. And the hardest thing he's ever had to go through, he can't hear from God very clearly. He doesn't know what God wants him to do. He knows that she's not herself and doesn't know how to handle it or how to respond. The rage, the rejection, the relationship.
Yes.
It's all there.
Very,
And so if you
very.
get a chance, pray that his heart does not remain angry.
Thank you, my
or
love.
upset, because it's destroying him.
Punchable Snot Rocket Booger Eater.
And for those who say he may
Yes.
not have been talking about Micah in that clip, take a listen to this.
This is the worst sermon I've ever preached my whole life. I can't stand it. I just want to get the altar call and quit now. One day, listen, if you ever want to know what I'm going through in life, it's always about what I'm preaching about. God is so good to do that every single time.
Remember, the only one to announce that Micah took her own life was her husband. Police have not, and the investigation continues.
God hates divorce, but why? According to everybody I've asked and the scriptures that I've found, it's because it hurts people. But does abuse hurt people? How do you think God feels about
Say
that?
it, Micah.
Just imagine what an earthly spouse does. What do you think your heavenly spouse does? When you're the bride of Christ and he sees his bride going through abuse and hurt, what do you think he thinks about that?
In weeks leading up to the death of Micah Miller,
That makes me want to just cry for her. Goodness. Goodness gracious. This damn camera. What's it doing again? Hold on, y'all. I think I got a loose wire. It's got to be something. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Am I here? Can you see me? Thank you so much. Crack a cold case. Thank you much. Eater Rocket. Thank you, Kristen. Appreciate you and love you too, sweet Carmelita. Guys, I don't know. I feel when I hear Micah's voice, I hear such sadness. I hear really just despair. Yeah, nice, Marie. He sure does. And that is really sad because regardless of whether she did this to herself or not. I absolutely believe it is because of one person and one person only. Every human being, married, not married, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your mom, your dad, your kids, your aunt, your uncle, your friend, everybody deserves space, privacy. Everybody does. And if this wasn't set up, then I feel like she didn't get the space. One second.